Candleshoe, starring 2024 Academy Award nominee Jodie Foster. This is the first time I'm watching Candleshoe. I really am trying to watch films that have audio description, and Disney Plus reliably has audio description on their older titles, like Candleshoe. This is like Saltburn for children. Uh, this is uh, uh, features a Jodie Foster plays a um, little street urchin character. It's from 1977. This is right around the time that she also is about to play a hooker in Taxi Driver, or just played a hooker in Taxi Driver. What was Taxi? What year's Taxi? Was it the same year as Taxi Driver? Disney wouldn't have let her do this after being in Taxi Driver, so I'm assuming that this came out like just before Taxi Driver. Had to be. Anyway, yeah. So, she plays a little street urchin who some people run into her, and she has a couple of scars that match this heiress type person who went missing when she was a kid, and this enterprising con artist wants to take her and present her sort of Anastasia like to this old grandmother who lives in an estate called Candleshoe. Saltburn Candleshoe. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's where I'm gonna name my home. I don't know what. I'm gonna do it. I don't know why other people get to name their homes. But after this year of watching Candleshoe and Saltburn, I feel like we should all be able to name our homes. Just no addresses. Just what's your name? Oh, that's Oak Moss. That's the Oak Moss estate. I don't know. Just come up with some words and just put them together. So she goes there, and she agrees. Well, begrudgingly agrees, and because she's sort of a little bit of a con artist herself, figures out a way how to work the situation for herself. Goes there. It's a great performance from Jodie Foster, and yeah, she finagles her way into the situation. And there are some other kids there. There's a butler, and Priory, played by David Nevins, and the grandmother is played by Helen Hayes. I don't think those kids ever grew up to do anything. I didn't recognize any of their names. The other kids that were there, there's like 3 other kids there, and they're kind of Candleshoe, and so she's supposed to find a treasure, like an old pirate treasure that's on. This is a plot that really does not fully make sense. However, it's delightful and entertaining, and for a film from 1977, I fell instantly in love with this film. Everything about it, I just loved everything about it. I don't know, it's quirky, it's weird. I'm surprised Disney hasn't remade this. It is a little Anastasia-esque, to be honest, when you present a girl who, may or may not be. So you spend the whole film going, I wonder, is that what's going to be the twist? That she actually is the girl? She just doesn't know she's the girl, but those scars that she has are actually the right scars, and she is actually the, you spend the whole film actually like thinking things like that. But no, it's amazing how much screen presence Jodie Foster has at a young age, and how how much control she has over a film. So many young artists, we see them and they stand out. Even nowadays, you can see people who stand out in the film. She reminded me a lot of Emilia Jones, also because I watched Cat Person the same day in this film. But just Emilia's character sort of in Lock and Key got a little bit of that vibe to it, of that sort of like too cool for school type thing going on. Like she's got these stuffed animals that she's supposedly adored when she was a child, or when the person she's pretending to be was a child. She's just like, I don't know, whatever. What are these? I don't care. It's yeah. I don't know. It's a fun film. If your childhood was Candleshoe, you had an awesome childhood. That's all I gotta say. If you grew up with a fantastic little film that is not getting quite the nostalgic reception I think it should. I've watched another film from around this time period, The Black Hole, has some ideas, for some reason feels ancient. However, this film does not feel ancient. It feels right about the time period in which it's supposed to be. So, yeah, I liked Candleshoe. Obviously, you know, she's great in Naiad, and Jodie Foster went on to have so many other great roles, and including Clarice Starling. Yes, among many others. But this does have audio description. It's obviously pretty new because it's done by Roundabout with Andrew Thatcher. So this is something that Disney has done fairly recently. Because I think Roundabout is a newer company, not necessarily like Deluxe, where they've been around forever and ever. And I thought the audio description was fine. It was really good. And there's something about how Andrew Thatcher sounds in this that it doesn't sound so new that it's like jarring. Sometimes when you take an old film and you put it with a voice, with a narrator who sounds too current, it can be a little off-putting to have somebody who doesn't have even remotely the same tone as the people in the film. There's something about Andrew Thatcher's voice that just works really nicely here. I would recommend Candleshoe. I feel like people are just gonna be like, this is a dumb grade for Candleshoe. It's a random Disney kids film, but I have no problems with it. I thought it was delightful and entertaining and creative and fun, and the story, and yes, it's silly, and it's like, but a lot of times kids films don't always make sense. If you ever remember Blank Check, he bought a lot of shit for just $1 million. The 90s were a different time, you know? Yeah. So anyway, they don't always line up and make perfect sense. And Candleshoe doesn't do that either, but it's fun. There's definitely you know, let's have a conversation with your kids moment about parking on railroad tracks that made me a little uncomfortable. But I was like, we probably shouldn't be making this joke. Anyway, yeah, but other than that, I'm giving Candleshoe an A. I'm really glad I chose this for Jodie Foster. Yeah, it was just a lark. I wasn't like planning this. I saw the films that were available on various streaming services, and this was there, and I knew it had audio description. I'd never seen it before, and I was like, okay, let's do it. And I'm, yeah, pleasantly surprised. Just like I was with Bedknobs and Broomsticks, but even more so with Candleshoe. Like, I'd watch this again. Bedknobs and Broomsticks was just an oddball of a film in general. But yeah, good job to any kid that this is your nostalgic trip down memory lane, because this is a cool one. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And I have a website, MacMovieGuy.com. You can follow me on X, Threads, or Instagram at MacMovieGuy. You can go to the audio description project, adp.acb.org. It'll let you know who's what films have audio description, where you can watch it. And the adna.org will let you know more about Andrew Thatcher if you just want to look him up and see what other films he's described. That's it for me today. I will watch something else and see you guys on the other side.